Everybody, it's Jeff Lightsy Jr. here with the Black Boss channel. Thank you guys for tuning in. Be sure to hit the thumbs up button, like, share, subscribe, and the notification bell. Now, we lost a legend in the sporting world. We lost a legend in the world of black people, right? Henry Hank Aaron has passed away at the age of 86 years old. And Hank Aaron, for those who don't know, for the longest time was the home run leader in the Major League Baseball. He broke Babe Ruth's record with 715. I think he ended up finishing with over 750 home runs. He's 755 to be exact. And I'm gonna run through some of Hank Aaron's stats, and I'm gonna share my screen from a Bleacher Report tweet, which is pretty cool. Let me share my screen because Hank Aaron honestly was probably the greatest baseball player to ever play. For more than one reason. Obviously, he was a hitter. He not only hit for power, he hit for average. He has the most extra base hits in the history of baseball. He was the RBI leader. He's the home run leader, and he averaged 305. He was a 25-time All-Star. Like, the man is just insane, right? Like, he was making the All-Star game in his 40s, right? So let me share my screen and show you some of the accomplishments of Mr. Henry Hank Aaron, but also talk to you why his legacy and impact is felt way beyond just baseball. So Hank Aaron's legacy is in a class of its own. 755 home runs, which was the longest until Barry Bonds broke it. But we all know Barry Bonds, quote unquote, he took steroids. And so Hank Aaron was the greatest hitter. He still has the most RBIs ever, even though Barry Bonds has more home runs. Hank Aaron still has more RBIs. He was tied for the fourth most uh, runs scored, 25-time All-Star. That doesn't even sound right. Like 20, I'm 25 years old. Like, I'm 25 years old. This man made the All-Star game 25 times. He was the 1957 NL MVP. He was the 1957 World Series champion. He wasn't just hitting for power. 3-time Golden Glove. He hit for average because he was a 2-time batting champion. He was a Hall of Famer, and he was a career batting average 305. So for guys that hit home runs like this, 755, you don't normally hit 305. Like, it's some baseball stats, it's some nerdy stuff, but that is the truth. Like, you hit for power and or average. There's not many people that do both. Most people either hit for average. A lot of folks hit for power. But they strike out a lot. You don't hit for power and average. 2,297 RBIs. That just lets you know the man was insane on the baseball diamond. But here's why Henry Hank Aaron's impact is felt way beyond the baseball diamond. Now, look at those dates. Look at that time that we were talking about. It's 1950s. That's the 1950s. And he played for who? Atlanta. He played for Atlanta Braves. Now, we know Atlanta is this big, vibrant, black city now. But in the 50s, Atlanta was still Georgia. Atlanta is still Georgia. Atlanta is in the South. What Hank Aaron was doing in the South and what Hank Aaron was doing for the sport of baseball, which was still a very predominantly white sport, is impeccable. It was different. And I know we've talked about how integration into the MLB sabotaged the Negro Leagues, and that is very true. Because Hank Aaron actually started, think about this, guys. Hank Aaron actually started his career in the Negro Leagues, right? But integration took place, and Jackie Robinson had broke the color barrier, but integration slowly but surely took out of all the black players from the Negro Leagues. And Hank Aaron was like that last wave of black players that played in the Negro Leagues as it was dissolving and then got into Major League Baseball. So just imagine, as great as Hank Aaron was, because there were players just as good as Hank Aaron or maybe even better that played in the Negro Leagues that went on to do these amazing things in the sport of baseball, but we never really heard about because the Negro Leagues was what they were. They kind of dissolved. And now the MLB is kind of adopting the Negro Leagues, but that is what it is. But I want to talk about some of Hank Aaron's civil rights activism. This man literally lived himself. So he was inducted to the Baseball Hall of Fame back in 1982. Let me see. Because Hank Aaron it says, I'm reading an article from the newspaper down in Atlanta. It says, Hank Aaron was more than just a baseball player. He fought every day for decades throughout horrendous racisms in the Deep South. Remember, he was in Atlanta. He was in the South. Atlanta is still the state of Georgia. Deep South and the rest of the country. He was repeatedly called the N-word, faced death threats, had rocks and other items thrown at him throughout his career. Still, even as he dealt with the level of racism and hatred a few athletes would ever face, he remained a quiet and humble human being. That's the thing. That's the beauty behind guys like Hank Aaron. Like, how they try to paint us. Like, we know how we're painted as these big, criminals, these big villains, these guys that are not appreciative of anything that we get. No, we worked our asses off for that. It wasn't we didn't just get stuff. Hank Aaron wasn't just given his place in baseball history. Hank Aaron wasn't just given what he was able to do. He worked hard as hell to be one of the best. He said, I want to be a baseball player, number one. And I love the game and love the game of baseball. And I felt all along that if I continue to play, it would give other black players a chance to play and wouldn't have the kind of things I was going through. I mean, Hank Aaron, I just want to thank Hank Aaron for all the great things that he was able to do. I just want to take a few minutes out to recognize him and his greatness, not only on the baseball field, but as a man. Um, and so, yeah, I just want to say thanks to Hank Aaron, RIP, and I hope and sending condolences to him and to his family, because now there's a big hole that is being lost in the sport of baseball, in the black community, and throughout this world. We lost a light today in Hank Aaron, and I just want to send those condolences out. Once again, I'm Jeff Lightsy Jr. at the Black Boss Channel. Be sure to hit the thumbs up button, like, share, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.